Okay, let's talk about home pricing. How do you price a home? A question that I get a lot from sellers is, do I just price the home at like the top of the market? Like, do we shoot really high in hopes that somebody will kind of come to that price? Because I guess worst case scenario, if they don't come to that price, we can just drop the price, right? Sounds logical. Something that I tell the people that are saying that all the time is that if you price it high to begin with, the chances are is that you won't get an offer at that price because people are going to pay for what the home is worth. So if the home isn't worth that, they're not going to actually offer that. Most people, like, if they see a home that's on the market for a high price, they'll just wait till it comes down to their price point versus going to see the home at a price they can't afford and then actually writing an offer at a price point that makes sense for them, whether it's like $15,000 or $20,000 under the asking price. Most people won't do that. They'll just wait for the price to actually come down. So what ends up happening in these scenarios most often is that if you price the home too high, the home sits on the market for a while. And when it sits on the market, people start asking questions. Like the buyers that are looking, they start wondering, I wonder what's going on with that house. So it sits and it sits. And then the only way to basically get it back up in front of more people as the seller is to drop the price. So if you end up dropping the price, now the home has been sitting for a while, and not only that, but now you have a price drop associated with it. So the psychology of a buyer, they say, okay, this home has been sitting for a while, and they just drop the price. Like, what's either there's something wrong with it, or these guys really need to sell their home. Because what ends up happening is that, let's say that you have your home listed and you drop it by $15,000. You're not necessarily going to get an offer at that new asking price. It doesn't like reset the bidding. Normally what happens is that when you drop the price, people see and they think motivated seller, aka like this person has to get out of their home. So they end up writing an offer at that point for even lower than what the original asking price is for, because they see the opportunity, right? They see leverage. And so what I do, the way I coach my clients like away from this situation is like, let's say your home is worth $750,000. Okay, let's say that is what it is worth. It's better to price your home at $725 than it would be at like $775 to try to see if you can get it up. Because here's the mentality behind it. I think of pricing like a bow and arrow, right? So if the home was worth $750, but if you price it at $725, so you pull it back, what that does is it drives demand. It drives more eyeballs on it, and people start going, that home is only worth $725, which brings more parties to the open house. Hopefully more offers, therefore a bidding war can start to occur. And then you end up selling it for at least what you wanted to get from it to begin with. In the worst case scenario, if you list it for $725, and let's say you get offers at $730, $735, then guess what? The home is worth $730 or $735. So if that's the case, and if you would have started listing at $750, but the home was actually worth $730 or $735, you wouldn't have gotten $730 or $735. You would have gotten less than that. So I just think of pricing like I said, like a bow and arrow. I want to undercut the market. So I want to look at all the listings that are in the neighborhood, and I want to have the best price per square footage in the neighborhood to drive demand in the anticipation that we actually can bring enough people to view the home to then bid that price up even higher than where you wanted to be to begin with. And so this actually happened at a home in Coppell where I had some clients that they wanted to list their home around $875, but we actually talked to them about actually going out at $850, so $25,000 under what they were really wanting. And we ended up selling the home after having like basically 70 people come in the open house. We had, I think, I would say it was like 9 offers that we got on that house. And we sold it for over $60,000 over the original asking price of $850. So we were well beyond what they really wanted at $875. And this happened because of that bow and arrow strategy. We pulled back the price a little bit. We brought demand. We brought a lot of eyeballs on it. We brought a lot of offers, which then bid up the price. And they ended up getting more than what they were even anticipating. So if you are thinking about actually selling your house, it's just really important to first know, okay, what is the actual market value of this house? Like, what is it at? What does your agent actually think it's worth? The next thing is to look in the neighborhood to see the homes that are actually listed And then what you want to do is you want to undercut the neighborhood for your home to be the best deal in the neighborhood. That doesn't mean that it's going to go for the best deal. Like, it's not going to be the cheapest necessarily. But what you're doing, the price is just bait, right? The price is just a big advertisement. So you have the best advertising, which is the price. So you come out really strong, which hopefully brings demand, which brings more parties, which brings more offers, which ultimately brings you a higher price. So I'll just say, if you're thinking about selling your home, it's just really important to nail that pricing strategy. And you might be surprised to find out that actually pricing your home a little bit under market might actually end up making you the most money. So if you have a home to sell in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you're looking to sell pretty soon, just click the link in the description below to book a call with me, and I would be honored to walk you through what it looks like and what a custom strategy can look like for your exact house. All right, guys, peace. Talk to you soon.